This is my review of Tugaloo State Park. We stayed there for the week of November 11th for that week, 2019. We found the campground only had like 5 or 6 people staying there, and most were along the water part of the lake. You can stay on the lake. So this is during the week, in the second week of November. It was cold. It's this fall now at that time. We found when we pulled into the campground, we stayed on the water, Site 40. And we stayed along the water. 40 is a beautiful site. If you can't get that, there's a lot of, all the sites along the water are good. I also found that, in my opinion, other than my site, maybe a couple of other sites, the campground, the sites are short, they're skinny. There's not much room for you to expand on your campsite. This is my opinion. I don't think that this campground is very big rig friendly. Not no 34, 40 foot Class A will fit there. You know, we have a 21 foot camper. We have a 21 foot camper at Site 40. And that site was kind of came down as a hill. You had to back down your camper, and we barely fit in that spot. So I don't think in Site 40, our campsite could be no more than a 25 footer, no more than a 25 footer. So you gotta do your research and check out the sites. Make sure, so lots of sites, in my opinion, were very skinny, and they're not big rig friendly. We went, like I said, the time we went, the roads are all, they redid the roads. They're beautiful. They're white, nice black pavement. But we found it to be very skinny. So if you get, and a lot of twists and turns. So like you got a big rig, maybe 30 foot or longer, you're gonna have some problems. And we found the road, like I said, was very skinny. We also, at the time we went, all the leaves were falling. So we had to drive to get our campground was covered in leaves. So if you make the wrong turn, if you're not on the road, you're gonna fall off in a big ditch or fall off into the hillside, and you're gonna mess up your camper and your truck. So we found that the roads were covered in leaves, made it very hard to see. I can edit this. Don't. The bathrooms were clean, but they're not heated. So if you're going in the winter time when it's cold, you're gonna have a cold shower. They're not, the campsites are not, the bathrooms are not heated. The other part of the campground is over here by I call it the dry side. It's not on the lake. And around the lake part, some of the campgrounds were like, you're driving down the road here and the campsite's up here. So like on the side of the wall, the land, so he had to really back up high. So no campsites that we saw were flat going into the campground. There was a couple of maybe small pull-throughs we saw weren't that bad, but most of the campsites are up and down the hill, so you can have a hard time backing in. And we also saw a couple of sites that were like, they crisscross. So if they crisscross it, so if you're in this campsite, your vehicle is gonna crisscross. So I don't know how they figured that out. I thought that was kind of strange. Anything else, babe?
The staff.
The staff?
It was wonderful.
The staff, I didn't deal with the staff, my wife did. So they said they were wonderful. I didn't go to she know that we went to the office to deal with that. Oh, one thing, when you come into the park, look to your left, and I found it behind some trees is a building where you guys are supposed to check in and register. I blew right past that, and because I didn't see it. So look for that. As soon as you come into the park, look to your left, you'll see a dark colored building. All right.
And the cable.
Oh yeah, the cable. All right, they say they have cable up the campground. I wish somebody would have done a video on this. I'm doing it now to save you all some hassle. They got cable TV. You hook up, the boxes next to your campsites. You hook up to the camper. What we did, did all that. We only got a couple of maybe 4 or 5 channels, and they were terrible. You can't see nothing. Lots of snowflakes and everything, snowy stories. So then we talked to a couple other people, campers there, on our last day leaving, And then come to find out there's a thing on the back of your camper TV that you push. Apparently on regular TV it's lit, and when you do the air channels, it's lit green. You're supposed to push a button on the back of the TV that turns the light off, green light off, and that allows you to get cable TV clear and simple. So I wish we'd known that we stayed there all week. As the day we were leaving, we found this out. So if you have that problem, remember when you go there, you plug in, you got the cable cord to plug in cable TV. Turn your TV around and push that button on the back to turn the light off, and you get clear TV. Thank you.